What were the problems that you didn't think about when you made the structure and then had to fit the house into the structure?
I don't think I had any problems with fitting the house into the structure. I did choose to build a long, thin house because it seems, having done the calculations, it seems to me that if you've got a rural building plot, it's an advantage to have more passive solar gain, because the energy balance of these windows over a year is positive. They gain more heat than they lose, even though on a day like today they will be losing a little bit of heat. On a sunny, if the sky was blue, even in December, you would be gaining slightly more heat than you lose from these windows. I think architecturally it's a good idea to sometimes be prepared to use a longer, thinner houses rather than make them a very compact shape, because
but that's more materials for the walls if they longer than if they cube.
It's more material for the wall, but a long, thin house does feel more spacious than a square house of the same floor area.
Do you agree?
I suppose it's all about. Well, no, I mean, I think it's about internal layout and how much views and sight lines through, and it's the kind of the architecture of it.
If you say it suits it.
Let's talk about your. Sorry,
the other thing is, I was surprised a lot of passive houses have what I call airlocks, if you like, by your front door, your back door, so you don't get a lot of change of air. It's controlled, whereas this doesn't feel like a passive house, which is refreshing. So it's a compliment to you. No, I like it.
Why is that? It's just out of interest. I'm genuinely interested.
Passive houses, the ones I've built and involved in, tend to be very boxy.
Yeah.
And very modular, and they're built for a purpose. And in a factory, I'm talking timber frame.
Yeah.
And if you deal with the Swedes, they're very much like the Swedes and the Germans. Yeah. You will have it this way, not such more.
Oh, come on.
No. And that's why I couldn't get it to work over here.
When you say you couldn't get it to work, you mean just people, your customers weren't taking it up as a concept?
We were looking at 10,000 along the Thames estuary.
Really?
With 3 power stations. To sort of be like a village.
Yeah.
But Swedes, we wanted interesting designs, and they wouldn't move.
Just purely, I mean, as a green campaigner over the years, the passive house system has come over to an ordinary civilian, in other words, me. Thankfully, I don't have any money and these worries. I just live in a rabbit hole. But if I'm talking to people, it comes over as quite an elitist thing. Is that true?
Much so,
yeah. Which makes me allergic. But
I can build to a good standard in the UK, not to passive.
Yeah.
But I could build to about £1,400 a square metre. Passive, I would have to. It would cost me 3,000.
Right. I mean, if David's sort of not against it, but if David feels it's an unnecessary step, for me that's good enough from what I know of David. But I'm just a civilian here amongst all.
About the 3,000, you were a bit amazed. What affected you? What that number?
I think it's outrageous.
It is.
It should cost 3,000 per square metre to build a house. Is that in the southeast of England?
No, I put one up in a village in Killing, in Scotland. Shipped it in on 6 articulated lorries.
Yes.
And that wasn't passive. That was what we call it summer panel, but it's this thick.
Yes.
But fully insulated.
Yes.
So you've got timber frame,
to get over the coal bridging, you have like cotton